Hi, my name is Amir Ishaq and welcome back to this WebRTC Let Us Learn Together video series. In this video, we're going to continue from the previous part and we're going to fix the audio issue and we will enable mute of audio and video. We're also going to add text chat and the ability to drag an image file into the application. And finally, we're going to add disconnect functionality to mimic exiting the room. Let's see what we are going to build. Okay, so this is basically the final application we're going to have at the end of this video. We have, as I said, mute and unmute. You can toggle video on, off. Let's add another tab and connect. Should now have the fourth video. Now if I disable video here, I shouldn't be able to see the video in this tab. So if I go here, you see it's black, so there's no frames being streamed across. The same thing if I disable video from the iPad. It doesn't seem to work well. Try again. There we go. So it's turning on and off. And the functionality for audio is basically the same. There's no difference. Then we have the text chat, as well as image chat transfer. So for example, I say hello there, should be able to see in all the other screen. We'll go here. Okay, I'm going to drag and drop a image file from this computer here. See what happens. Took a while to transfer. Didn't make it. Oh, finally it made it through. So you can see here the file came across from the other computer over there. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and clone the repo from part 6. Let's launch our code in MS Code, our editor. Let's go ahead and install the packages by either using npm install or yarn. Packages have installed. Now let's run build to build our application. Let's start our server. as before, listening on port 8080. Let's go ahead and start our ngrok or ngrok, whatever you'd like to call. Go ahead, copy the URL. And make sure to update our application with that URL. Let's build our application again, just to make sure that the change is applied. Let's test the application, make sure that it's running correctly. Okay, our app seems to be working as expected. Okay, let's now enable audio in the code, in the constraints, and let's see what happens. Build again. Let's test the app after having enabled audio in the constraints. You will notice that there are now two thumbnails, the video thumbnails appearing at the bottom. And this is not correct. So basically, for each peer, there are two video thumbnails being shown on the screen. That means for each track, a video component is being added. Now we are going to fix that. Scroll down to pc.onTrack. Let's add some variables. Underscore remote stream will be the stream from a single peer, and we'll be adding tracks from that peer as they come. So we'll first check if stream already exists in the remote streams. If it does, then we'll add the new track. If not, then we'll create a new track and add that track to the stream. Okay, let's write code to check if the stream already exists in the remote streams array. We add the received track to the stream. Okay, let's now handle the condition where we're creating the stream for the very first time. Let's fix a typo. Remote video. Let us fix the remote stream to be the one that contains at least one track. There seemed to be a typo somewhere. Let's try to fix that. Okay, found it. Let's add each track from the stream to our peer connection. Of course, if we only have a local stream already. Let's update our videos component to deal with tracks. Because a stream might contain audio and video tracks, we have to check for the track. If it's a video, then we show the video component. Otherwise, we don't show the component. Some style adjustments here. npm run build. Let's now test our application. Okay, let's add another tab. Okay, now we get single video component per track per peer. Let's test from another computer. Let's make our video component, the local video component, draggable. I shall share the link to the code in the description. Let's add the draggable component into the app. Make sure to import the draggable component. Okay, we can now drag the local video component. Okay, let's now go to video.js, video component, and add the mic and video mute buttons. To mute, you need to get the right track from the video source object and set its enable property to false. We will set show mute controls to true for the local video. For the icons, we're using material icons, so let's go ahead and add the links, the style sheet links in the HTML, the index HTML. A small typo, let's fix it. Another small typo, let's fix it. Let's go ahead and test the mute functionality. Okay, let us now add chat functionality. Let's create a chat.js file. We shall also include a drag and drop functionality. I shall include links in the description for both chat and the drag and drop code. Let's add a style sheet, call it styles.css in the public folder. and add the link to the index.html pointing to that styles.css. Let's import the chat component into the app.js. I'm using the socket ID as the unique ID for the user. We will send the message only if the channel is open. So we check the ready state of the channel. Let's now go and define send channel. We need to create a data channel for each peer connection, for local as well as remote peer. We then add the send channel to the send channels array. Let's now create the receive channel for this PC. Notice we do not create a new data channel. What we have done is for the peer connection that creates the offer. Now we need to do the same thing for the peer connection that creates an answer. Let's build our app. Let's type something and confirm that our chat is working. Let's try from another computer. Okay, let's try and drag an image now. Click on the image. Good. Let's see what happens when we drag a file that's exceeding the maximum file size. We get an error message, which is good. I'm including some references for further reading with regards to the file size when it comes to data channel. I highly recommend you do further reading about this, especially with regards to browser implementations. Some more tests. So up to now we've used the data channel to exchange messages, but what about when a new user joins the room? As long as the room is open, we need to make sure that any new user joins gets all the messages that are stored in the server. So let's go ahead and update our server.js code. Let's start by creating our messages object. For every connection, let's make sure we assign the room's messages if available, and send the messages to the user in the connection success event. Let's catch a new message and add it to the room's messages. Let's enable the code for sending the message to the server. A small typo yet again. Let's fix it. restart the server. Upon successful connection, we will receive a messages array object. So let's save it to state. Let's go ahead and build our application. Okay, so let's test and see if our new peer will get the messages. There we go. Let us now complete our application with a disconnect feature. We then make sure we close the socket and we stop all the tracks. Once again, let's build our app and make sure everything works fine. Notice when we disconnect from one peer by clicking the X icon, the video is removed from the other peers. Once again, thank you very much for following this video series, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.